guys? It's Sean Keeley. Troy News is an Absolute Magician. And welcome to another Troy News is an Absolute podcast. Very exciting one today. We have a extremely special guest. All due respect to all the special guests who came before him, but this is the most special guest we've ever had on the podcast. And, if I know him as well as I think I do, he's sitting here on the other end of the phone and he's chowing down on a bologna sandwich and he's chugging some Gatorade and getting ready to enjoy a Dove bar once this interview's over and then maybe go out and coach a big victory this Friday over Pittsburgh. Ladies and gentlemen, Syracuse head football coach Doug Marrone.
Sean, you know me, and know me probably better than some of the listeners.
Yeah, well, Doug, we go way back, so, it's just a special connection that I think we have. So I just want to jump right into it. I know your time is precious. You've got a lot going on. Big redesign last week over at Troy News is an Absolute Magician. The blog format has changed. It's much more visual now. Everything seems to have changed, and I would just love to know, from your point of view, what do you think of the site?
So I'm not holding up to what my expectations are of how we should look.
Oh, okay. Are we at least close to your expectation?
Not anywhere near with my expectations of where we should be.
Jesus.
Well, obviously it's very disappointing.
Obviously, I mean, I get that there's issues. Clearly, I'm not going to argue that there are, things that we're still working on. But obviously,
obviously you do have to make a change.
What? What do you want to change? All right, fine. So let's start with the biggest change, which is the look and the feel of the site. What would you change about the way that plays out?
Obviously, there's some things we need to change schematically.
Really? I'll be honest with you. I know there's been some comments, but, I kind of like the whole top part. And with, it's much more visual now. It gives you a really clear idea of what the top stories of the day are. I can play around with it and kind of, if there's one big story that gets featured or if there's a lot of different things, I can do that.
All that stuff is out the window for me.
You are a tough man to please. So, all right, you're going to tell me that having top stories hasn't been helpful for you?
Yes, I would say that has been helpful.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, there's been some improvement, but my expectations of what I wanted to get accomplished is not fulfilled.
Fine. Tell me what you'd like to change.
I can tell you exactly.
Great. I literally just asked you to do that. I don't know. Is it a talent issue? Is that what it is? Should I stop writing? Do you think I'm done? Is Jeremy Ryan? Do you think his stuff sucks? Because I'll get rid of him if that's what you think.
From a standpoint, I want to make sure that I'm communicating that I don't feel that it's a talent.
All right, good. I didn't want to get rid of Jeremy. Jeremy, you're fantastic.
It has to be consistent to know exactly what we're going to get from a standpoint of, responsibility, accountability to do the job.
I agree. So, what kind of time frame are you thinking to make these changes that you have yet to tell me about?
It's something that a decision has to be made during the week.
This week? I don't know if I can do that.
As quickly as possible.
Whoa. Slow down. I don't know if I'll have the time to do this.
Sean, that's a decision that's made by me, and I have to live with those decisions.
Wait, why do you have to do anything related to this site? You're the football coach. I'm the blogger.
Obviously, it's my responsibility.
No, obviously it's not your responsibility. You are literally 100% wrong.
Right now, I'm not doing my part of the job.
You don't have a job here. Your job is to coach football. That is it. That is all you need to worry about. You do not need to be worried about what a blog looks like.
That's a reflection of me.
It is not a reflection on you at all.
I have to do a better job in that area.
No, you have to do a better job in your area. You're 1 in 3. Worry about that. The responsibility of taking care of this blog is solely mine.
That solely is my responsibility.
Doug, not everything in this world is your responsibility.
What we haven't established, or I shouldn't say we, what I haven't established.
I'm going to stop you right there. What I haven't established, not you.
And I have to come up with something that we can be successful with.
Since you're so concerned with this blog and its success, fine. I didn't want to bring it up, but if you're gonna, fine. A couple months ago, you emailed me and you asked me how you could contribute to the site. I told you the one thing that the blog doesn't have is a women's volleyball writer, and we could really use that. That would be a great thing to cover for the site. It would fill a blind spot. And I told you if you wanted the job, you should write up a season preview. Did you ever do that?
I haven't done that.
No, you haven't. And if you're going to beat yourself up over this imaginary responsibility of yours, might as well be over something that you actually deserve a little blame for. And quite frankly, that's our lack of women's volleyball coverage.
I did a poor job of our coverage.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I even gave you some quotes from the volleyball team, and all you had to do was put them in an article, put them in block quotes. Did you do that?
We had an opportunity, to get a couple of blocks. We missed those opportunities.
And that's the thing. How can we expect to get good traffic and monetary return on investment on this blog if you're not pulling your weight?
I haven't done a good enough job of making sure that, we can get a good return.
No, you haven't. And look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to pile on.
I have to do a better job.
Well, look, let's focus on what we can control right now, because it serves neither of us, and it doesn't serve the listeners if we're just bickering. So let's just move forward, all right? Fine. So now we've gotten some negative comments, on the redesign. Some people are not happy about certain new features or certain changes or just the look and feel of the site. What I wanted to get from you is just a sense of how do you think we should deal with that?
Yes, I think there's a right way, and I think there's a wrong way.
Obviously, there's a right way and a wrong way.
The right way is being very physical and hitting people.
What? Wait, every time someone posts a negative comment, you think we should hit them?
Every time.
Doug, that seems a little over the top. How would we even explain to the authorities or to the police or whoever if someone said, oh, by the way, I posted a comment saying I think the layout of Troy News is an absolute magician sucks, and Doug Marrone came over and punched me in the face.
We want to be very careful in how we're talking about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to do it.
Sean, well, I think what you're trying to say is what we all realize. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. You are completely and utterly wrong. Why can't you be more like Matt McCluskey?
He's been very, very, he's been truly outstanding.
I know. He writes great pieces. He turns them in on time. They generate a lot of discussion. We get tons of comments.
He looks great. He really does.
Looks. Well, I tell you what, I'll put you two in touch since you're so interested. Well, all right. Well, listen, that's a topic for another day. I don't want to keep you. I know you've got a lot going on, very busy practice. You got a big game this Friday against Pitt. I want you to be focused on that. So, I appreciate your candor about the site. I take what you said to heart, even though you didn't actually give me anything to work with. But I promise you we will sit down and we will hash out improvements.
For me to sit here and say, I'm satisfied with this and satisfied with that, I don't want to miscommunicate the direction that I want them or the message that I want people to understand.
Doug, I assure you, you were crystal clear about what you think is your job, and I just want to let you know, and I want everybody else to know this, you do not have to worry about this blog. Do you understand? I
understand that, it's my responsibility.
Nope.
I understand that. I have to do a better job.
You don't. You really don't.
If the fans are not a big fan of it, then I apologize. I really do.
You don't have to apologize.
If they are a big fan of it, then, I welcome it.
Fine. Doug, thank you for stopping by. Doug Marrone, ladies and gentlemen.